Bit of a disclaimer, this video is going to be for those who know a lot more than these videos. I typically try to make them for newer people, and obviously this is not going to be one of them if the title doesn't give it away. Now then, let's begin. To start off with, this video originally was just way too long, and well, I like the Separatist Alliance, which I'm just going to be referring as the CIS. And while this video would have been one big video, I thought it would be better to break down into 3 individual parts, which is why the Separatists honestly are the better faction. I love the Separatists for many reasons, but I see both sides. To start off with, what is the Separatist Union fighting for? And why are they fighting? Now, I'll briefly go over it as an example. Picture this. You're a smuggler on Coruscant. You've grown up your entire life under the protection of the Republic. You have citizens who support you, and while, yes, there are some crimey areas, since you're a smuggler, you, know those areas pretty well, you can still avoid them. It's all, honestly, a bit of bad luck if you manage to get kidnapped or even hurt. And there's not a lot of things that go wrong that most of the Coruscant police do not understand. But even still, it is still a part of the Republic because it is in the core worlds. Now let's go to somewhere like Tatooine, where it is basically a separatist-controlled planet. Tatooine is in the Outer Rim. By rights, the Outer Rim is a Republic territory. So-called Republic territory. The Outer Rim is not necessarily controlled by the Republic, and while people might think that yes, the Republic treats all of its citizens very nicely and keeps them all alive, I disagree with that statement because the Outer Rim is not actually owned by the Republic. Once again, let's say you were raised on Tatooine, not like Anakin, but more specifically like just a smuggler again. On Tatooine, you were basically taught to fend for yourself. Not a lot of enforcement goes on here, and if it does, it's most likely going to end up with you either A, convicted, or B, somewhere you don't want to be. The easiest example to showcase with why you don't want to be in the Outer Rim, or why you don't want to be found by Republic troops in the Outer Rim, is because during the Clone Wars, the Outer Rim was the major fighting territory. In the Outer Rim, it's more likely for you to get involved in a lot of crime, and to be quite honest with you, the Republic does just not really care. And this is why the Separatists are trying to lead their own cause. The Separatists literally have their own power, their own government, and we see this only rarely a few times in TV shows and media from the movies. But in comics, it's very, very, very easy to find some sources when you go to the Clone Wars eras, and look to see what type of comics there are. For the Separatists, they're fighting for freedom. This is freedom that they already have. Note that while, yes, the Separatists are fighting, they're not offensively trying to take over the Republic. A lot of the time, Separatists never really advanced and would always wait. General Grievous, when Count Dooku tells him to advance and to make some lines, does so. But he's possibly the only one who really does this. Either way, they have very defensive mindsets compared to the Republic, who, if you notice, is almost always attacking. Very rarely are the Republic defending from an attack by the Separatists from something that was not theirs to begin with. Felucia, for example, was a Separatist world, and the Republic went to invade it, and thus the Separatists did a counterattack, and that was one of the major fighting grounds. A lot of other times, however, the Separatists, they just give up. Sometimes they don't even fight. And the entire reason the war started was because the Separatist people were literally asking Palpatine for their own freedom. They listed several reasons why they already had it, including the fact that because the Outer Rim is not really controlled by the Republic, they had to make do with what they had and have to rule their own people. In the broader context, the separatists are not the bad guys because, well, they're just wanting to be free. I mean, they're already free. And if this isn't enough to convince you, the other videos that I will be posting will go over their major, well, units, such as their, droids. And also, well, one of the biggest things that I think people fail to realize, which is who was leading the Separatist Alliance. Anyway, I hope that concludes this first little part. The next few parts will hopefully be out over the course of the next few cycles or months, and it will go into in-depth over the things that I previously listed. Have a good rest of your day.